Hello, my name is Edward Santos. I'm here running for District 8, which is East Harlem in the South Bronx. In terms of the first part of the question, what can we do? I think just being out in the community has always been a great idea. When I was a teacher in East Harlem, we had artists come in and show students how to do certain aspects of their art. I remember when I was a teacher, improv artists came to me and taught me how to present better. And I ended up taking a bunch of improv classes through UCB and Magnet Theater. So for me, I think just being out in the community and actively going out to different places, whether that be schools or small businesses. I know so many small businesses out there who want to have really unique art on their walls and they don't have anything. So it's really, I think, it's gonna be a combination of the artists just being out there, putting out their work, and then also just knowing where to connect people. In terms of the second question, things that I want to do is just make sure that we have affordable housing in the community. So when I think about that, I think about PS 109, which is across the street from where I live. And I don't know if all of you know about PS 109, but it used to be a school, and it converted to affordable housing units specifically for artists and those individuals who work in the arts. And I remember the process of applying. You had to have a video if you were, I was a clarinetist, and clarinetists can go and do a video. And I think PS 109 is a model of what we can do in the city. It's a great space to see theater and see art, but also keep things affordable for the city. So thank you.
Raise your hands if you are willing to be a co-sponsor to Ben Kalis's City Spaces initiative to create searchable database of unused or underutilized city-owned spaces. Thank you very much. Okay. Raise your hands if you will clearly and visibly list your stances on issues facing indie theater and performing arts on your web campaign's website and literature. Raise your hands if you support expanding the theater sub-district fund to include arts organizations with budgets below $250,000 a year. You support the promotion of indie theater to the more than 61 million visitors coming to New York City every year. You can commit to working with the League to create new non-traditional spaces suitable for indie theater performances in your district. You support campaign finance reform and getting money from PACs, super PACs, or special interests out of political campaigns at all levels. You support New Yorkers for Culture and Arts request to increase the funding by $40 million in the city's budget.
First, I want to say I'm disappointed in Andrew Cuomo's inability to put in art in that budget in Brooklyn. It's very sad to think that that's not part of every single aspect of renovation that happens. The first part of the question is, where can we create some cultural districts and corridors? In my district in East Harlem and the South Bronx, we have a bunch of these different business corridors on 116th and 125th Street that I think are so interesting. When I was an improv actor, I used to go under Triple Crown and be able to do this free stuff and take my friends, and we would do shows there. And I find that ability for a public/private partnership to be really interesting. So I think when we think about trying to create those cultural corridors, we look to businesses and those small businesses to be able to say, hey, look, we can put some art in there, we can put artists and create theater in the different shops that are not being used, and be able to kind of create that corridor in place. The next part is, where can we create the live workspace that's affordable? When I think about East Harlem right now, it is under this massive redistricting. And so we have this great opportunity to really work with our city government to say, hey, look, art spaces need to happen in our community. And so right now we're actually in this fight. And so what I'm doing is I'm fighting to make sure that we have affordable spaces, not only for artists, but for those who can't afford to live in my district. And so I think taking a look at those unique opportunities and advocating for mandatory affordable housing priorities is going to be the key to be able to get those spaces in place. Hello again, my name is Edward Santos. I just want to thank LIT for just taking the time to organize this. I grew up in a working class immigrant family, and when I'm city councilman, I want to focus on good schools for kids, good jobs for people, and affordable housing for everyone. Believe it or not, English was my second language, and my mom basically put me into musical theater so I could speak English, and it was this amazing experience for me. So I know how arts can make New York City better. In fact, I think artists are the lifeblood of New York City, and I look forward to your support on September 12th. Thank you.